The movie begins with Hong, a man who is about to lose his house because he can't repay a bank loan. The money actually went to his childhood friend Kim, who never paid him back. Later, Hong meets his coworkers at a BBQ. They're worried about an upcoming inspection because they accepted bribes in a previous case. That same night, Hong gets a call from Kim, the friend who caused all his financial trouble. Kim casually wishes him a happy birthday. When Hong brings up the debt, Kim laughs it off and promises to pay him back soon. Right after the call, Hong hears gunshots nearby, but he assumes it's just part of Kim's reckless lifestyle. When Hong gets home late, his wife is upset because he forgot their 10th wedding anniversary. To make it up to her, he suggests going to a Chinese restaurant and ordering lots of food, but she refuses. What she really wants is a vacation trip. Their daughter then shows them a cheap travel brochure for the Philippines, but Hong still thinks it's too expensive. The next morning, Hong is still worried about the cost, but his wife surprises him by calling his office and announcing that they're going on the trip. His coworkers understand his financial struggles, so they secretly collect money to help pay for the family vacation. Soon, the family flies to Manila and joins a city tour. While visiting a shopping center, Hong spots a man who looks like a tour guide and calls out to him. The man runs away, so Hong chases him. The man turns out to be Cheo, someone who once scammed farmers back in Korea. Hong asks Cheo about Kim and learns shocking news. Kim has been arrested for murder. Hong insists on visiting him in prison. When they meet, Kim claims he's innocent and says everything is a misunderstanding. He asks Hong to find a man named Park Chun-sik, the only witness who can prove his innocence. To convince Hong, Kim shows him photos and information about a hidden treasure, the legendary Yamashita gold, said to be buried on an island by a World War II general. On the way back to the hotel, Hong secretly hides the photos in Cheo's car. When he gets back, he lies to his wife and daughter, saying he has to track down a Korean fugitive in the Philippines. He even gives his wife the money his coworkers collected, pretending it's for work expenses. His wife accepts it, but his daughter feels disappointed because their family trip has suddenly turned into a work mission. Meanwhile, at a large mansion, a local cop is brought in and beaten after being caught stealing. The owner orders his right-hand man, Patrick, to shoot the cop. Instead, Patrick starts speaking Korean with the officers and suddenly shoots everyone in the room, including his own boss. The next day, Hong's wife and daughter go on a city tour while Cheo picks Hong up to search for Park at a casino. Once they arrive, Hong gets distracted and starts gambling. He wins so much money that he completely forgets why he came there in the first place. After that, they head to a nightclub to continue the search. Cheo introduces him to a woman who supposedly knows Park, but instead of getting useful information, Hong just keeps drinking until he gets drunk. The next morning, Hong wakes up alone in a dirty room. Cheo is gone, leaving behind some money and a note warning him about the dangers and crime in the Philippines. Back in Korea, Hong's coworkers start avoiding his calls because they feel guilty. One officer finally answers and tells Hong that everyone at the office plans to blame him during the inspection. They will claim that he took most of the bribes and that the money they gave him for the trip was actually a bribe. Hearing this, Hong feels frustrated and stressed. Trying to calm down, he stops to buy mango juice, but he gets pickpocketed and loses everything, including his phone and passport. With nowhere to go, he heads to the Korean embassy in Manila, only to find it closed for the holidays. Exhausted, he sits outside to rest. Suddenly, he sees a man jump out of a police car and run across the street in panic. The man runs straight to Hong, asking for help and introducing himself as Park, the person Hong has been searching for. Unfortunately, the police quickly catch him and drive away. Hong jumps into a taxi and follows their car to a nearby settlement. There, he sees Park being brutally interrogated and about to be executed. At the last second, Hong shouts and fires a gun, creating enough chaos for them to escape. They run away and hide in a hotel. Park explains everything. Only two people know where the Yamashita gold is hidden, Kim and a man named June. June died during Patrick's earlier attack, so Patrick blamed Kim for the murder. Park is the only witness who can prove Kim's innocence, which is why Kim desperately needs his testimony. Suddenly, the woman Hong met at the nightclub appears. She turns out to be Park's girlfriend. Secretly, she and Park plan to hand Hong over to Patrick in exchange for money so they can escape the Philippines. They speak in Filipino, so Hong has no idea what they're planning. Park's girlfriend contacts Patrick and tells him where they are. Soon, Patrick's men capture Hong and Park and take them to Patrick's hideout. There, Park is killed. Patrick then calls Kim and threatens to kill Hong next if Kim doesn't reveal the treasure's location. Kim uses the situation to negotiate. He agrees to reveal the location only if Patrick safely sends Hong to the Korean embassy. Patrick agrees, and Kim gives him the key to a safe deposit box, but he doesn't give the access code. Furious, Patrick plans to frame Hong instead. Later, at the Korean embassy, an officer questions Hong. Instead of answering, Hong remembers Park's warning that Kim will be killed once he reveals the treasure's location. Realizing the danger, Hong quietly walks away. Meanwhile, back at the hotel, Hong's daughter begins to worry because she hasn't heard from him for days. Her mother tries to calm her down, saying he must just be busy. After being tricked by Kim, Patrick creates a new plan and frames Hong for Park's murder. The next day, Hong and Cheol prepare to fight back. They buy a gun, handcuffs, and even hire 2 transgender bodyguards because they look more intimidating than regular security. Their goal is to gather evidence and track Patrick down. They first go to the hotel to look for clues, but find nothing. As they head back to the car, Hong notices a cafe across the street with a CCTV camera facing the hotel entrance. He asks the cafe owner to check the footage, but the owner refuses. So the 2 bodyguards step in and convince him, and this time it works. They finally get the CCTV footage as evidence. With the USB in hand, they head to Patrick's place, where a cockfighting event is taking place. Hong tries to shoot Patrick, but his gun runs out of bullets. Patrick's guards quickly pull their guns on him. Just when things look hopeless, the 2 bodyguards rush in and knock out all the guards. Hong and Cheol seize the chance and bring Patrick to the police station, along with the USB evidence. But things go wrong again. The police claim the USB is empty, and Hong is arrested for murder instead. It turns out Patrick bribed the detective who secretly deleted the evidence. In prison, Hong meets Kim again. Kim coldly admits that he never intended to protect him and even calls Hong foolish for trusting him. Later that night, Kim secretly calls Patrick and offers the access code to the safe box, but only if Patrick releases Hong. The next morning, Hong is freed and plans to leave the Philippines immediately. He goes to pay Cheol, but then notices a wanted poster showing Patrick as a fugitive in Korea. Realizing Patrick is a criminal back home too, Hong contacts his coworkers and tells them he's delaying his return because he wants to arrest Patrick himself. That night, Hong and his team follow Patrick and track him to a money exchange shop. Hong asks the bodyguards to lure Patrick into a nearby sauna. Meanwhile, Cheol sneaks in to check for a butterfly tattoo on Patrick's body, proof that he's the same fugitive wanted in Korea. Patrick had tried to hide the tattoo, so Cheol scrubs it hard to reveal it, causing Patrick intense pain. Furious, Patrick attacks him, but Hong rushes in and holds him down. Cheol quickly cuts off some of Patrick's hair as extra evidence, and the group escapes before Patrick can stop them. On the way, Cheol reveals that Patrick has ordered someone to free Kim and plans to take him the next morning to search for gold. As soon as Hong hears this, he tells them to turn the car around so they can reach Kim first, but they arrive too late. Feeling hopeless, Hong looks again at the photo Kim had given him earlier. While flipping it over, he discovers something written on the back: coordinates. The next morning, Hong and his friends head to the location. When they arrive, they see Patrick, Kim, and several guards already there. The guards and Kim dive down toward the seabed, but moments later, Kim suddenly resurfaces. Right after that, an explosion goes off. A bomb hidden on the treasure box sends it floating away. Furious and feeling betrayed, Patrick tries to shoot Kim. At that moment, Hong and his team appear and a gunfight breaks out. During the chaos, Kim is hit by a bullet and falls into the water, but Hong manages to save him. Patrick finally retrieves the treasure box, only to find a piece of iron inside with the word "stupid" engraved on it. In the end, Patrick becomes a suspect and is arrested when he returns to the mainland. Meanwhile, Hong, Kim, and Cheol go back to the island and discover the real treasure: gold bars. The movie leaves us with a lesson. Always look for opportunities, but never trust blindly, because betrayal can come from the people you trust the most. So what do you think about this movie? If you were Hong, would you forgive Kim? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you won't miss more videos like this. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.